Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a best of 3 between Reynor and Beyond here, a Zerg versus Terran from the Korean StarCraft League. And I hear you think, oh, Reynor is not actually Korean, didn't you know he's Italian? God, Harstem's a moron. True, and true. Reynor indeed is an Italian, but he's currently staying over in Korea to practice for the incoming World Championship. So he's capable of playing in all these little tournaments with as little ping as humanly possible. For the people that don't know, the ping on the Korean server is actually fantastic. Like if you're in Seoul, I believe you get somewhere between like 5 and 9 ping. Very high speed internet there, and the server is very close by. So all these games, like they're played on pretty much the lowest ping possible. If you compare that to what most Europeans deal with. I mean, I'm great because I believe the server is somewhere in Amsterdam. I have between 9 and 12 ping, but there's some people 35, 45, 60, 70 ping. The further east you go, the worse it gets. So yeah, it's a tough world out there, and let's not even get started about America. Like, you live in some crap town, server ain't nearby, bam, it's gonna suck. Absolutely. But right now, these guys, low ping, high tier gaming. Reynor hopefully enjoying his life in Korea. I know he has a little apartment there. I stayed there for a week or so when I was in Korea to visit for a wedding. It's a beautiful area that is near lots of neat little shops. Close by enough the proper Korean nightlife as well. So, you know, you want to let off some steam in the weekends, you can definitely go there. This sounds like a freaking ad for Korea. And to be fair, if you haven't been to Korea yet and you're into cities, good food, relatively cheap food, by the way. Korea isn't super expensive. I definitely recommend going there, at least from like a Western European context or I guess a US context. It doesn't feel super expensive, and it's great country, extremely nice people, and of course phenomenal StarCraft 2 players as well. And one of those players is Beyond, who's starting up with a Reaper here on Persephone. What do we have coming out of Reynor? Reynor double queens it. Third hatchery on the way as well. A ling ling ling. I'm expecting... Ooh, he went hatchery before the Overlord. This is not entirely common. I think this is going to supply block him here temporarily. Look at that. This larva's out already. I guess he's not really supply block because he might have lost a drone or is building a spore. And he definitely lost a ling as well. So, yeah, good micro here out of Beyond. Actually, phenomenal micro here out of Beyond, who forces a spore, kills a ling, damages 3 of these lings as well. Very good control. And yeah, we saw that hatch before the Overlord. Cute. Usually you go Overlord and then hatch, and then the moment your larva pop, you can build drones instantly, but I guess he was maybe afraid of being blocked by an SCV plus Reaper combination, and he's not going to have to worry about it right now. Reynor actually playing different than all the other Zergs currently at the high level. So whenever you see a high level Zerg player right now at this moment, they almost always, like 9 out of 10 times, open up with a double inject. Inject in the main, inject in the natural. And then actually... very frequently, we even see a second inject on both bases before a tumor. And Reynor here is going very old school. Heavy focus on creep spread. We don't see this anymore because a lot of Zergs say, hey, if we focus so heavily on creep spread, yes, I can get a lot of creep out on the map, but I'm dying against these Adirexes because my eco isn't as good enough. And Reynor here, he's kind of switching it up. Getting a lot of tumors out early on. Sadly, one of them did get sniped, but this bad boy is still active. He's going to have another tumor available right now. So, okay, he's once again gonna double. And he's going crazy here with this early game. Link speed is about to finish up. First Hellions are out on the map together with the Reaper. Now, this map has something special, and that is, of course, this healing tower. You can send units here, and they get repaired for free. You can send air units there. As you can see, there's a little purple as a circle of doom. You fly into that, you get fried. Or at least you're not allowed in. You don't actually get fried. And that gives the Terran a very cool opportunity to trade HP of Hellions against Queens. So what Beyond could do here is just straight up fight these Queens, get like 3-4 volleys in, then send the Hellions back to heal up, rinse and repeat. And then over time, you're either, you know, you're taking away, you're draining that energy of transfuse, or you might actually end up killing a Queen. This is really sloppy. It's going to end up losing a Hellion pretty much for free. That is just poor play there out of Beyond, as Reynor starts with the +1 carapace before a lair attack, by the way. This is important to note. This is not super common. This is actually extremely uncommon. Delayed lair attack makes it hard to deal with Banshees that have cloak. Luckily for Reynor, or well, I'm not sure if it's luck or if he knew, but we see Beyond here is not actually researching cloak. So we're still getting spores, but you won't need an overseer to defend your fort base. And that is a very big deal. Usually cloak finishes at about 5 minutes and 20 seconds with a triple CC opener, and this base would be difficult to hold if there's a Banshee and 5-6 Hellions shooting at that thing, but if there's no cloak, you can just send the queens over. You can probably deal with that just fine. The carapace, I think, is going to finish before the first drop comes in, so this is pretty much an anti-standard follow-up build. Here, Reynor is saying, hey, I'm gonna be going for those carapace upgrades early on. That way I can defend by just building links. Oh, now that I'm saying this, I remember him playing this before. And what he did back then with this fast carapace was saying, skip the Baneling Nest altogether. If there's like a Hellbat all in, you're pretty much just defending with queens. We have 9 queens out already. That should be enough for majority of the Hellbat all ins. And then rather than going into a Baneling Nest, he adds in an Infestation Pit. Okay, I think that is what we're going to be seeing here. And he'll play something like Ling Infestor, relatively quick hive. And then you can still go into a lot of different follow-ups. We can see Ultra. I think you can even go into Hydra, Lurker from there. But the start is going to be Ling Infestor, making it difficult for the Terran to go for drops, making it easy for the Zerg to deal with those drops early on. As long as you have Lings and Infestors in position, it is really scary to drop. And as I'm explaining this highly theoretical build order that Reynor was perhaps going to be playing, we do see a Baneling Nest being thrown down, and there goes my theory, bloop, straight out of the window. Lovely to see. Follow-up here for Beyond's going to be 2 more barracks, which we... Oh, over at the third base. You know what? I kind of like this. I actually really love this. I'm a huge fan of this early game. So, the reason why I like these barracks being here is... a Zerg might mistake this for being part of some type of 8-Rex build. Usually you see extra barracks over on the third base when someone's playing 8-Rex. So he built them over here. Now Reynor might stay on a lower drone count or maybe not tech into hive altogether. My Infestor claim, by the way, was completely off. We just have a Baneling Nest with centrifugal hooks. Extra hatchery coming in as well. This thing is going to get sniped. It's just going to be Ling Bane with a really fast carapace upgrade, which... I'm also completely fine with. I just was personally very excited to, to see the other thing, to see the Ling Infestor. That's, but can't have it all in life. But double Banshee's coming back home right now. Ooh, do we get a lift here on this depot? No, we don't. Ling run by gets in. At the same time, this base is toast. Combat shield is on the way. 2-2 hasn't started quite yet here, although the money is most definitely available. Double Banshees are eventually going to help clean this up. 2-2 not starting is a big deal. This is a 6th barracks, by the way. But we don't have barracks 7 and 8. We don't have a Forge CC, and there's no second factory. So I am looking at this, and I'm not entirely sure what the hell is going on. This smells like an 8-Rex, but it has the production of a 6-Rex, which is in the build. There's no Forge CC, so it's also not a macro game. It's kind of in between everything here, and I don't think that generally is a very good plan. Loving the elevator here into the main base, though. As Centrifugal Hooks is about to finish up right now. Still no hive on the way. So Reynor actually, he saw pretty much everything right now. He saw these extra barracks. He's like, okay, there's going to be 8 racks. Even before barracks 7 and 8 went down, he already called it. Staying on lair tech. Not even getting an infestation pit, I think, here. No. I mean, I feel like Beyond kind of played himself here with the building positioning. Hellions are going to come home. Where the hell are these Banshees? I know there were Banshees here before. Depots need to be lifted as well right now. Marines coming back in. Is this army still alive? Here comes the flank. Can be on target fire well enough on those Banes. Hell yeah, he can. Real nice target fires. 9 SCVs do end up going down. This depot was pretty much disappeared. Extra barracks most likely are not going to be finishing up. Ooh, here is going to get sniped. As the double... Ooh, no, he doesn't get it. A bit of a blunder here out of Beyond. Absolutely, should have sniped that. 10 out of 10 times that should be a snipe, but he didn't quite get it. Now he's going to start marching forward at least a little bit. 2-2 not quite done here, but +2 carapace. It has already finished up. Reynor right now up about 30 supply. Loads of queens into the main base as well. 10 queens are there. Lots of transfuses available. We'll just be trading blows with these marines. Extra tanks haven't really shown up quite yet. And we get another huge Ling attack. He's trying to run into this natural. And this time there's no wall. There's really nothing at home. No Banshees. Like, what is this? Half a tank. Depot wall is going to be too late as well. This tank is going to get 2 shots in. I think all these workers are going to go down. And what's even worse, these eBays might be in a little bit of trouble as well. They're still, what, 15 seconds away from finishing. At the same time, in the main base of Reynor, these Marines are going to go drop in. But Banelings want to connect. I think Reynor is just going to be cleaning this up easy peasy. There goes the +2 armor. Here goes the +2 attack. It's going to get denied as GG gets called and Reynor takes game number 1. Interesting little game there. And I think that +1 carapace did a lot for the first push, theoretically. Like your queens are going to be quite a bit stronger against the initial marines, but the +2 helped so much as well in this defense. Beyond forgot about his own 2-2 and was just fighting down an upgrade the entire time. It's not usually what you want, and yeah, Reynor just a phenomenal job there at defense, scouted everything, figured everything out in time. Even before the 8 Rex went down, he already knew it was 8 Rex because of, honestly, Beyond's kind of odd building placement. It was just lovely to see. It was lovely to see. I think initially Beyond's plan wasn't to go 8 Rex, and then things started to go wrong, and it was like, whatever, I'll just add the extra barracks. We'll see what happens, you know? They roll the dice, and you know, and the crap. It is what it is in life sometimes. As Reynor, he once again is doing the same thing. Look at this. Hatch before Overlord. I am not familiar with this. Does he get the drone? Okay, he gets Overlord now. So then you get a drone in the net. Like that is what you're supposed to be doing. He's going to lose a drone if he ain't careful, by the way. Look at this freaking right though. I would not want to be a Zerg player against freaking Beyond. Dude, that is frustrating as hell. That drone might die. Oh, there goes one Ling. Can't afford the next queen. That's it. Interesting build. Okay, this Reaper is dead. Yeah, Reaper is stealth. First tumor comes out. And with the Reaper dead, I mean, the creature is going to be insane here. Triple CC. Factory is going to land here on the reactor as well. And we're getting a third base right now for our good friend Reynor. Third base for our good friend Beyond as well. Everyone's good friends. Let's see what the follow-up is going to be. Straight tech lab? No starport quite yet. Ooh, is it factory then? What is this? Is this mech? Second barracks? So usually you see a faster starport, but we're not seeing a starport. So we're kind of waiting for the next structure here. What the hell that's going to be? It feels like it should be barracks, right? It feels like it should be barracks. Because this is really quick stim. And stim really only works if you have extra barracks to produce marines. But no extra barracks have gone down yet. Is he gonna go 3 Rex here? So barrack here, yeah. Okay, this is a really rare build. Most Terran builds, they start with an... When they go for a fast kind of attack, they go for an initial 2 Rex. When they go low Hellion. When they go 4 Hellion, it's usually 2 Rex. And then the second barracks builds a bit faster. But this is going to be more marines. This could just be like a tank push as well with it. It's like a 2 tank push. Double eBay before starport as well. Yeah, Beyond here is... He's not actually caring very much about the drops that he might want to do. Beyond here is fully locked in kind of onto the mid game with really quick eBays. High marine count. And now he's probably going to swap these. And I'm expecting a starport to go down post 1-1. Oh, all of this is going to get scouted. That is really sloppy. That is really sloppy. Like, if you're Reynor here, and you see the lack of a starport, starport takes what, 36 seconds? Is that it? Yeah, 36, not 46. Factory is 46, right? 36 seconds. Then you know you're still going to swap, so like another 4 or 5 seconds. Then the medevacs 30 seconds. So the moment you scout no starport yet, you know you're going to have 1 minute and 10 seconds or so before the medevacs are out. And then they have to fly across the map. So you have a minute, really a minute and a half-ish to the drone, pretty much. So Reynor, he scouted this, and he does not need to build any links. Usually, right now, you start nearing like 60-ish workers. You're like, okay, 4 Hellion. I probably want to drone up, or I want to get some units out. But right now, it's going to go up to 66 workers first. Full 3-base saturation. Might even oversaturate a little bit here, because he doesn't have any gases extra mining. And now he will maybe add a ling or 2. Well, a couple of link setups. More drones coming in at the same time. Look at this. 5 drones. Boom. Hell yeah, why not? Medevacs haven't started yet. 49 workers to 64. That scout that Reynor just did was absolutely huge, because all the information he had before that was just the fact that this was going to be a Hellion build. It could still go into Banshees. He would have to build Spores. It could still go into a 2-on-1. That means you need to cut workers as 57, 58, 60 workers or so. But right now, no. He's going to start cutting workers at what, like 73, 74? Whatever the number is going to be, it's going to be pretty freaking late. it's going to be pretty freaking late. Infestation Pit is already coming down here. And now we actually are seeing the skip of the Baneling Nest as well. He's like, okay, I'm not going to be needing this. Look at the creep spread here. Half the map is already covered. We're 6 minutes and 16 seconds into the game. And half the map is covered in freaking creep. That is crazy. 78 workers. 78 workers. This is just a bad situation. Imagine these are equally skilled players. Okay, and hold that thought as we get a bit of an attack pre-1-1 by the way. So these Marines could have been a bit stronger 3 seconds from now. Sadly, they didn't want to wait. Imagine they're equally skilled players and the chance of them winning on every map is 50-50, right? It's 50%. I think right now, those odds will have shifted into Reynor's favor by quite a bit. Just looking at the creep spread and the early game, I want to say 70-30, 75-25, if both players are equally skilled. But I believe Reynor is a little bit favored already in this matchup. So that means that the chances of Beyond making a comeback here are becoming slimmer and slimmer. Now, I did like his early game. He has very fast 2-2. As in, I like the upgrade timing in the early game. Everywhere else, he's just behind. Infestors are now being popped out as well. Lings are running in. Gonna have +1 carapace at least. Mines are actually gonna make some decently sized connections. This was really bad for Reynor. Beyond is back, baby. Fungal is gonna hit big time over here. Queens are gonna trade. Do we have another Fungal? No, we don't. These Marines need to run back home. This was a great fight. What the hell was that? Reynor thought he could take it, but I guess pre-Infestor, no Baneling. Life is pretty tricky against high Marine counts. And that's exactly what happened here. Adrax is gonna be the name of the game. I thought we were building mines, though. That is kind of a weird thing to do. Usually it is with tanks. Lots of nice tank positions on this map as well. Like you kind of take the bridge. It's hard to fight onto that bridge. Like bridges are very, very strong tactical points. Can absolutely work around that. So you get a Ling run by. We're used to the playbook of Reynor from the first game, of course. These Marines are just moving in forward. Here comes Fungal number 1. That is a big one. Here comes Fungal number 2. That is about as big. Fungal number 3 isn't as big anymore because a lot of the Marines have disappeared. This fight ends up still being okay-ish, I think, for Beyond. For how bad it probably should have been. That was kind of fine, to be honest. Ultra Cavern is on the way already, though, and we're 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Adrenal Glands coming in. More Infestors being built. Queen count is at 11. +2 carapace about to finish up. And more creep is disappearing from the map. But so many scans are being used for this creep. And like this left side still has 2 active tumors as well. Medevacs are getting emptier and emptier. As these mines are going to connect with the queens. We still have 1 little mine over here. I mean, yeah, you can't drop on top of this, buddy. Like, he can see this, right? He can absolutely see this. This is not what you want. Both of these tumors are going to get knocked out. And here comes the mine shot. It's not really going to get anything either. 2-2 upgrades about to finish up. Supplies are very close, but chitinous plating is on the way. What is our Marauder count right now? We have 4 Marauders. We have Infestors on the way. I personally would love to see Ultras pop out soon, and indeed the first one is coming out right now. It's going to be quite an okay fight though for Beyond. These Marines have pretty much personal healing. Fungal is okay. We have 1 more Fungal where that came from. Ooh, Beyond's going to give up this army. It's going to continue reinforcing across the map, and even pre-Ultra, he's already in a bit of trouble, I think. I think he's already in a bit of trouble. I mean, we're at 6 base right now, so 1 base can easily be given up. Once Chitinous finishes up, like these Ultras are going to be smashing through here. We still have 5 Infestors. I don't think any of them really... Okay, 1 of them has energy, but the rest, they'll gather energy again. You know, it will come back. Reynor's going to give up this base and set up a run-by instead. Is there enough here defensively? No, absolutely not. Adrenal Glands is done as well, so these Lings are going to be chewing through this force relatively fast. Ooh, mine hits are okay, but not good enough. At the same time, Ultras over here are going to clean up this army as well. I think Beyond, once more with an Adrax, is going to be toasted over here in game number 2 as Reynor wins this best of 3 very freaking quickly.